The best way to increase sales and get traffic organically is through SEO, which is search engine optimization. The best way to increase your search engine optimization outside of keywords and listings and titles is through blog posts. And that's what we're going to be covering in this video. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get straight into it. Blog posts are great for increasing your SEO because they're another part of your website where you can fill with keywords and questions that your audience are asking. So for example, if you were to type something in on this website here, it will tell you all the questions that the customers are asking around that subject. These are the type of things that you can write blogs about, and these are going to help you rank on the search pages. This is going to help you with your search engine optimization. Before you start writing a blog post, you need to know your keywords. You need to know your primary keywords that you want to rank for on Google. Now, these are universal tips. It will work in any search engine, but Google is the main one because that's the one that we all use. So yeah, make sure you identify your keywords, brainstorm, get all your keywords down because these are the ones that you're going to be including in your titles, in your URL, in your links, and in your actual blog itself. Now, when you write a blog post, your article should be a minimum of about 1,500 words, preferably to the 1,700 to 2,000 word count. Content can be up to, I think it's 4,500 to 6,000 words, but you don't need to go that in depth. Basically, Google will only take into account so much of the data on that page, so you don't want to add too much onto it. So I would keep in the 1,700 to 2,000 word count if you're writing an article. Before you start writing the blog, you need to identify what the intent of the blog posts are. For example, what do you want to achieve from that blog post? Is it to convert already existing customers? Is it to drive traffic? Is it to educate? Is it for overall industry knowledge? You need to identify what that intent is because a blog post that serves new customers is going to look and read different than a blog post that is addressed to a familiar audience trying to convert them. The second thing you want to consider is the tone of voice of your blog post. Your blog post tone of voice should reflect your business and your brand. If your brand's quite jokey, quite lighthearted, then the blog has to match that tone of voice. If your website sets off a more professional vibe, maybe you're selling services to business, then your blog needs to send that professional, friendly tone of voice. Now you can, on Copy.ai, which I'll link in the description, you can actually write the paragraph and pick the tone of voice and it will rearrange it for you to match that tone of voice. You can pick relaxed, I think adventurous, creative, professional, and fluent are the tone of voices that you could pick on Copy.ai, which is a really good tool to use if you're writing and you want to see how it looks like in different perspectives. The third thing we're going to talk about is competitor blog posts. Now you should be analysing your competitor blog posts, that the ones that rank on the search pages. This is your competition. These are the ones that you've got to beat. Have a look at them, what kind of content is on there, what kind of tone of voice is it portraying, and how you can beat that basically. You can use competitor blog posts and analyze trends in your industry, in your niche, to basically figure out which topics are trending, what questions are they answering. On blog posts, they might have responses at the bottom, they might have feedback or comments, and you should be looking at these from their customers because those questions, those feedback, those comments are things that you can answer in your blog. You can also consider tone of voice of your competitors' blog posts. Maybe they're more professional, businessy, on-brand kind of company, so their blog posts are coming across really professional and very to the point, whereas you can change that and get like a more friendly vibe, a more relaxed and more comfortable, maybe explain it a little bit better and break it down, add some images and make it a more appealing blog post. You want to be taking all that into account when reading your competitor's blog post because you might be able to format it in a way that's more readable to your customers. The next thing is to take examples and look at blog posts that you like. There's nothing wrong with modeling your writing after high quality blog posts that you are interested in, that you like reading. If you're not physically writing them yourself, which you don't have to, there's nothing saying that you have to write these. You could hire a freelancer or Fiverr or Upwork who will write the content for you. Now that's known as copywriting or ghostwriting. Now you can get people to do this for you. However, I will suggest that if you are getting other people to write your content, you should be telling them what you like about other people's content. Like if there's a blog post that you like, then you should be telling them, I like how they've done this. I like how it's coming across relaxed and readable, and basically letting your content writer portray that in the blog post that they're creating for you. Now, the kind of tools that you can use to help with this process are Quillbot, PrepostSEO, and Copy.ai. I know we briefly talked about Copy.ai already, but these will make the process easier. Now, if you're not going to use these straight off the bat, you don't have to. They're just ones to be aware of. Now, if you want more info on these, I do go over them briefly in this video, which I'll link at the top. But yeah, basically they're free tools and they will really help you with this process. Now, moving on to different type of blogs. The first type of blog you can be doing is how-to blogs. Now, tutorial blogs, they give the reader a step-by-step explanation of how to complete a task, how to do something. Basically, a how-to blog is going to have step-by-step, it's basically a manual of how to do this software, how to download this, how to upload a YouTube video. They're tutorials, they're how-tos. The second one is an explainer video. Now, these posts give readers a comprehensive overview of like a particular topic. Instead of just teaching them how to do something, it gives them a more in-depth explanation of how to do this. So for an example would be like a ultimate guide. So a bit more in-depth than a how-to guide, but still explaining that process. So the ultimate guide to dropshipping, for example, that's going to have a bit of how to do this, and it's going to be an explainer guide. List articles are another form of blog posts. These are basically ones that you probably see on Facebook, on BuzzFeed, where it's like top 10 alternatives to Shopify, for example, and it will just list them and give a brief explanation. You can do these type of blogs as well. They will still work with SEO because people do search for alternatives. They do search for top 10 this, top 10 that, and it's good from a SEO and a marketing perspective as well. News is the other type of blog that you can write about. You can basically do any news relating to your industry, to your niche. It might be a news story, it might be a relevant article that's connected to your business, connected to your product, and just transform it into something that's going to resonate with your audience. If it is something generic news in your niche, in your industry, then you want to be writing it in the same tone of voice as your website, as your brand. The last form of blog is reviews. Now, reviews are really popular for the same reason that list articles are popular. People like reading about other people's opinions, their top 10 reviews on products and businesses. People like that kind of content. These posts are super helpful for people already in the market, probably already your customers or interested in your niche, because they want to find out more information. They want to see reviews of products, and you can do reviews of your own products or things new in the industry, but this is going to help with the SEO and help drive traffic and help with that content. Now, if you're interested in writing blog posts, again, I've already briefly went over the tools, but Copy.ai do have a blog post wizard with templates, and I'll show you here. So it is quite easy to just take them, work off a template, and then add your content. Canva as well will also have a blog template, quite a little bit more creative, and you can match that to your brand, match the colors, match the style to your brand for that consistency. That's all from me. I hope you learned something from the video, and if you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I post every week, so go check out my other videos. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.